Hey there everyone. Okay, so this is like a bit of an intro into potentially the YouTube channel that I'm going to start. But what it's mainly going to be today is the transition now from a prep phase into an improvement phase. And unfortunately I didn't get to step on stage due to illness. I got gastroenteritis 7 days out, 8 days out from my first competition, and it absolutely wiped me, potentially, which I'll delve into a little bit deeper probably in other videos. But I was probably burning the candle at both ends with China prepping and wanting to get the best for China in regards to her ability to win a pro card. I probably did put myself in the back burner and probably wasn't paying attention to some signs and symptoms that I was putting myself into a bit of a hole. So I sort of got battered by this illness and I dropped down to 78 kilos. I couldn't walk for 3 days, and even if I did step on stage, it probably wouldn't be the best package I could bring. So for me, that's not what I want. I always want to make sure that if I'm going to present something, it's the best version of myself. So without further ado, this is what Luke said about my physique and what needs bringing up. So this is probably the best I've looked ever in my life. It's definitely the leanest, and speaking to Cal and whatnot, like me getting lean isn't an issue, but I do need more tissue. He thinks lats need to get brought up a lot, so Luke has programmed mainly for lat development, back thickness, upper line as well. Arms, he says, are quite relative to the physique, so arms don't necessarily need to be as massive, as big as a focus as what I once thought, but they still need bringing up. But he thinks from the posterior here, glutes don't need any work, but hamstrings need to come up, and he just thinks some overall lat and back thickness would make these shots a lot stronger, which I would have to agree with, if I'm honest with you. As I said, glutes don't need really anything at all, but if we had some hamstring hanging down here, quads as well obviously don't need touch for myself, so quads are really a deprioritized body part. But basically, we said we had a bit more lat, it would make my waist look even smaller. So that has been the main focus on this program design that he's done. So without going too much into it all, this is the program that he has written for me in the setup. So we've aligned this with China splits, so it's push pull off, legs off, push pull off, hamstrings off. So China's doing push pull legs off, push pull legs off. So we've aligned it with that so we can get to train together. I'm going to be training out to 2 gyms, training out to Metcon and Santos. Metcon because I love the people there. I get on with the coaches, I get on with the owner very, very well. Just the awesome environment, and the equipment they've got is sound. And the main reason for Santos is to train with China and get the most out of training sessions with her and pushing our comfort zones and pushing boundaries with our own training. So my sessions are as follows. This is the split that Luke's written up for me. We've got push day 1, which is we start off with 3 sets of seated calf raise. Then we've got dual arm chest supported laterals, which I do on the cable, 4 sets of 10 to 15. Incline side back press. I'm still debating which one to do, the shoulder or the incline chest one, because I do love the shoulder one with the neutral grip. Then we've got nautilus flat press, then we've got dips, and then we're going to alternate from week to week to reverse pec deck and cable crossover. And then we've got cable skull crushers, pausing in that lengthened position to finish off. Then pull session, which is getting done at Metcon. We've got single arm explode pull down, 2 sets of 8 to 10, 1 set of 12 to 15. Then we got chest supported T-bar row, 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15. Then we got the single arm explode row, 1 set of 8 to 10, another set of 12 to 15. Cable pullovers, just to fry them lats off at the end of the session. 3 sets of 12 to 15. Single arm cable curls facing the cable stack. 2 sets, 1 set of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15, and then single arm dumbbell pre-chep, 2 sets of 12 to 15. Onto our quad session, we're going to start off with some back work. So it's either going to be wide grip teles pull or a single arm cable pullover, depending on which one. It's going to be which rep range. I'm going to hit 2 sets of biceps, which would just be a standard bicep curl. Then we've got line hamstring curl, which would be 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15. Paused hack squat, 2 sets of 8 to 12. Quad extension, 2 sets of 12 to 20 reps, and adductor 2 sets of 12 to 20. So again, Rep ranges, volume on this session is very, very low. We've got 6 sets, but quad work is 4 sets in total. Hamstring work is 3 sets. Adductor work is 2 sets. So again, really low volume approach to these training sessions, but it's needed with the intensity that I can train at probably at this moment in time. I can't probably escalate volume too much, and I'm still in like quite a bit of a recovery phase as well. Then we've got machine laterals on my push session. That's going to be at Santos now. Machine laterals 4 sets of 10 to 15. Then we've got incline prime press, which is going to be 1 set of 6 to 9, and then 1 set of 10 to 12. Pause at the bottom of the movement. Then we've got a slight incline close grip Smith machine press. I reverse band this only slightly, but again, just to drop off in that lengthened position again, just so I can really focus on loading the tissues that I'm trying to load. Then we've got seated cable crossover, which I'm debating if I should do it on an incline or flat at this moment in time. Probably an incline, if I'm being honest with myself. Again, just to get that top line firing a little bit more. Then single arm overhand tricep push down. Then we've got back and bars at Santos. We've got that single arm cable pull down, which will be chest supported. 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15. We've got Smith machine row, 2 sets of 10 to 12. We're not doing overhand because it doesn't sit with me well. It flares up my bicep a little bit more. So what we're going to do is neutral grip extreme prime row, 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15. Again, really focusing on that upper back. But again, with it being a little bit more neutral, it will recruit lat into this one. Then we've got chest supported prime, 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps on that. Loading the prime equipment 70% on the top peg, 30% in the middle peg. Then we've got rear delt fly, which we done with the cable. Rear delt cable fly, 2 sets of 12 to 20. Then we've got cable preacher curl, 2 sets of 10 to 15, and then low cable curl, 2 sets of 12 to 20. Then the hamstring session starts off with 2 sets of cable crossbody extension. So again, arms get hit quite frequently, but the volume per session isn't as high. Again, just making sure we focus on execution more than anything else. Then we've got line leg curl, 3 sets of 10 to 15. We've got lever leg press. This will be done at Metcon, by the way. Lever leg press, 2 sets of 8 to 12. Sorry, that's supposed to be 1 set of 8 to 12. 1 set of 8 to 12, and then 1 set of 15 to 25. So again, just to finish off the legs within that one. Then we've got seated hamstring curl, 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 12 to 15. Then we've got rear foot elevated split squat, 1 set of 12 to 20 reps, contralateral loading on that one, and then adductor again, 2 sets of 12 to 20. So again, this session we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sets in total for this session in regards to lower body loading. So again, not that much at all, and again, mostly focusing on the posterior side of it. So again, that is the session runner for my training. Now, in regards to the nutrition setup, macros are 350, 550 on training days. 6 litres of water is the target. I also have 30 grams of highly ranked cyclic dextrin, 15 grams of EAs, and 5 grams of creatine in my intra-workout shake. And then rest day, which it is today, is 300 protein, 70 fat, carbohydrates, 300 grams, and water is 6 litres again. And then in regards to checking that I've just done for the previous week, we've got body weights average out to 87.1. I think personally I need to get to around 90 kilos for my body to start really feeling like it's in an optimal place. Sleep is still a bit skewed. As you can see here, I'm sleeping 4.8 hours a night, which isn't optimal at all. It's not what we really want. I do want that to be 6 hours, which is what I got last night, to be honest with you all. The sleep efficiency from the Oura Ring is 71.6% on average, and my sleep score is 60.6. So the main focus is really trying to get my sleep optimal as much as I can. Now, I normally like to train around midday, but this is going to change from next week. We're training with China, where we'll probably be training in the evening, midweek. If it's a session that lines up with training at the gym that we're training guys up with here. Steps averaging around about 11,000. The aim is 10,000 per day. And everything's been cool. Heart rate has been 69.3. So again, want to bring that down. Heart rate variability has been shocking, and heart and readiness has been shocking. So again, the focus is to really bring that up and bring them scores to a healthier range this week. Again, recovery is going to take time, and from a mindset point of view, it's been quite hard, that transition from prep to now into an off season. So like, these are my photos. Due to the fact that like drugs are out the system, whatnot, you are softer. You don't have that hard detailed look from a cosmetic effect that the drugs give you. So it has been a bit of a hard transition, but I need tissue. I probably need to get to 105, 110 kilos for me to be quite competitive on stage, and the tissue needs to go in the right areas as well. So guys, this is a bit of an introductory into my setup, into the process that I'm going to be going through, and it's cool to take you all there. Like, I will get videos up as frequent as I can, going through training and everything else. And any other questions that you may have, please leave in the comment section below, and anything else that you want more from me, please give me a shout. I will go into more detail about exercise setup, execution, thought process, nutrition thought process as well. I am having one-off plan meal a week. Cal has sort of like guided me through this, so Cal's still taking care of my nutrition and my drug protocol, and I'm just doing training with Luke, and we'll be consulting with that guy. So there's loads of information that's going to be coming your way, and hopefully it can all translate into you, and you can all relate to it, and I can help you along the line, along the process as well, because within this YouTube channel we also will be talking about coaching and how to become the best coach you can be, who to learn off, education that I'm going through myself. So it's exciting times, and obviously you'll be seeing China going through in hair prep and the road to the Olympia for hair. So yeah, no idea what I'm going to call this. I'll probably think of a name at the end of it, but thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I think that's what they say at the end of the YouTube, and I will catch you all in the next video.